Not sure what happened to the last video. Manifesting generator, making mistakes, doing crazy things. So it doesn't look like the last video posted. But I was talking about generators. Generators are the life force energy of the planet. And I had a little illustration. Generators have this center colored in or defined. All right. And that is sacral center, where the life force energy sits in the context of human design. Generators are here to bring energy to the world. So for generators, it's very, very important that they're doing the things that light them up, right? So we live in a world where many of us generators, manifesting generators, manifestors, projectors and reflectors are just doing what we have been conditioned to do. Go to school, get good grades, get a good job, buy a house, have a family, and everything should work out fine. I think we've all discovered that linear one-way path doesn't actually work for everyone. In fact, if you've been in a relationship, you would know that there is no linear path. It's all twists and turns, curveballs, and all sorts of magical stuff along that journey. And so for generators, it's really about being lit up by what you are doing. So how do we put that into practical context? If you are a generator and you are feeling frustrated, that's a sign that you're out of alignment. If your energy is drained, you've got no energy at the end of the day, you feel like your tank is empty all the time, that's a sign that you're not in alignment. Okay, so what you want to do there is look at what is draining your energy. Where in your life are you doing things that light you up? Have you got space for things that light you up? What activities light you up? What are you dreaming about doing and not doing? Okay, so you want to take a little stop, talking to myself, manifesting generator. And yeah, there's always room for more joy, more happiness, more life in my life. And so what you want to look at as a generator are the duties that you are doing because you feel obligated, where you say, I should do this, where you're saying, I need to do this, where you're saying, I have to do this. Take a look at those sentences and see what it is that you're saying and think about, do I really need to? Do I really have to? Should I really be doing that? And then what if? What if I didn't do that and that made space for something that I've been dreaming about? What if somebody else was able to do that thing that I don't want to be doing because it's draining my energy? What if somebody in your periphery has been asking to take on that task or has been indicating that they'd love to do that? What if there was someone to pass that on to make space for more of the juicy goodness in your life? Because as much as it's a big responsibility to be a generator because you're bringing all that energy to the world, it's also joy, right? Like literally, you are here to do what you love, to master what you love. So the other thing to know about generators, they should be doing what they love, they should be mastering what they love, and they go through a kind of a stair-step process. So they'll find what they love, they'll go really deep into it, get really good at it, and then they'll plateau and they'll think, oh, that's a bit boring now. But actually, your plateau is getting you ready to launch to the next level of mastery. So in life, we either circle around or we circle up, right? We're either circling or we're spiraling. I don't want to talk about spiraling down. But that's the way generators operate. They're going continuously up. So that's something to think about. The haves, have to, should do, obligated to, duties, take stock of where they are draining your energy in your life, and think about, what are you dreaming about? What are you putting off because of these obligations, and see how you can bring more of the dreams in and more of the joy in the things that are lighting you up. So coming back to generators and their life force energy, the thing that perpetuates that life force energy is doing the things that light them up, right? How do you know what lights you up? You get your body responds to what lights you up. And we'll go into responding, what there is to respond to in a minute. But when you find yourself saying, you hear those noises. We all, I know that I make them because I'm a manifesting generator, so I've got that generator energy happening, and you want to be paying attention to that. So let go of this and listen to this. Okay, so what's going on with your body, how you are responding to what things are crossing your path, what's interesting to you. Okay, if you are you want to be leaning into that. If you feel your body leaning in, you want to be leaning into that. If you feel your body leaning away, then that's probably not a direction you want to go in. It is simple, but we're not taught to listen to our bodies. We're taught to listen to our minds, to make lists of pros and cons, and to do the things that we ought to do, we should do, we need to do. Human design flips the script. It's like opposite day. That's what I was talking to my daughter the other day and saying how when they were children, they would be like, no, Mum, I'm not doing that. It's opposite day. And I'm like, oh, okay. But actually, now that I'm an adult and I've been diving into this human design and looking at the way I get better results, is by doing the exact opposite. It's by doing less, not doing more. It's by contemplating rather than doing. I'm getting really good results from contemplating, and yeah, it's a different way of doing life, and it's exciting and it's playful, and so I'm thrilled to have you on this journey with me, and I hope I can share valuable things with you so that we can get more into this fun dance with the universe. But let's get back to generators. So generators have all this juicy energy, right? And they love to do stuff because they've got the energy to do it. And so what has happened is that they have been granted all the tasks, and they take on more tasks because it's like they get rewarded with recognition, they get rewarded with praise, but it's not necessarily the things that light them up. So really looking at what lights you up and what's draining your energy is a good place to start for generators. Now, how they respond. We talked about responding previously, and like your body responds, but what are you going to be responding to? Because I know this is another thing which is a different way of doing. So in the previous video, I talked about, I haven't found a good analogy, but kind of like an inbound call center. You're getting all these calls, and it won't be calls, it'll be like things that are just coming to your attention. It might be a billboard, it might be a conversation, it might be something on a TV show, it might be an ad, it might be something you hear on the radio, it might be a lyric in a song. The things that are piquing your interest and you are responding to, like you're getting that reaction to it, pay attention. Pay attention. Is it lighting you up? Is it giving you a negative reaction, or like, I don't like that? So just pay attention to how your body is responding, how you're reacting to things before your mind can catch up, right? That is what response is. And I shared a story of going to a doTERRA oil workshop a couple of weeks ago, and I really wanted to get clear on if I'm doing it right. Okay, so I was saying to the universe on the drive up there, I'm like, right, I really want to get into it because I'm quite serious, which is another thing I'm working on. I want to get into, I really want to know if I'm responding. Like, what does responding look like? How will I know? How will I know? So we're at this doTERRA oil, and there's demonstrations and there's teaching, and I'm like sitting there going, and then, because that's what I do, and I was not conscious that I do that all the time. And then on the drive home, I'm like, oh my Lord, you're noisy in a quiet space. And then I just had the confirmation, that is you responding. That's response. You don't have to overthink it. You're automatically doing it. And when you pause to pay attention and recognize it in action, then you'll have the confirmation that you need. So if you are unsure, just ask the universe to make it obvious. Like, that's what I do. I need things to be obvious for me. So that is my little share for today. Oh, no, it's not. I haven't finished. Authority. So we've got our generator energy type, got the sacral center, needs to be lit up and juicy because everyone else, that juicy energy fuels the planet, right? So all the generators and manifesting generators, their sacral energy, other energy types need it. So it's very important to step away or let go of the things that are draining you and move into the things that are lighting you up, so that you're fueled and other people can share from an overflowing cup. So I'm very, very much into, you don't get to drink from the cup, you get to drink from the overflow. So it's very important for generators and manifesting generators to make sure their cup is not only full, but overflowing. Okay, so having the cup full is for you, overflowing is so that you're able to give. So that's my personal thing. I think it's a great philosophy, but take what you want and leave what you don't. Okay. Then authority, that's the way that we make decisions that we won't regret. So being a generator, you're either going to have emotional authority or you're going to have sacral authority. The emotional authority, you're going to be the type of person who says, I'll just need a moment to process that. Let me get back to you. Let me sleep on that, and I'll get back to you. Okay. And that gives your emotional wave time to feel through the decision that you are needing to make. Then the sacral authority, if you are lit up in the instant and you're like, yes, you're okay to go ahead, dance. And just remember that learning this, like I'm 51, or yeah, I'm 51. For 50 years, I didn't have this information. I was taught another way. We all were taught another way. So don't have the expectation that we're going to get this instantly. It's inherent. It's what our body does. But our head has been trained for so long to do things differently that's going to take a minute to catch up. Okay? So take your time, have fun with it. Like, honestly, dance with the universe, play with the universe. It's just, for me, this is a new playground. Like, as an adult, this is so much fun to do. And just to, like, growing up, you know how as a kid you want to grow up and be an adult because you think you get all the fun? Oh, no, that's not what it was like. You got all the responsibility. But now it's like, yeah, here's the fun. Here's the fun. And if you've got kids, then having them grow up in this energy of learning who they are, how they interact with the world, how to dance with the universe, play with the universe, that's a gift. That's a gift. So, yeah, I'm going to leave it there. Use your authority, your energy type. Make sure you're doing the things that light you up. See how you can let go gently let go of the things that aren't lighting you up. All right? Have a think about it. Leave a comment if you need any help or if you've got any thoughts on that. All right, you have a wonderful day.